welcome back to my channel, Night Owl Collage. I'm Amber, and today we are going to make two different sized bags that have little notebooks inside them. So I got this idea from playing a junk journal game. I'm in a group and there's a game going on called I Spy 5 where you have to make a project out of 5 things that are in the prompt. So the prompt for the day was paper bag, note paper, a napkin, which I decoupaged this. This was a napkin, strawberry, I've got strawberry ice cream, and beads. So this is what I came up with, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. I mean, this is not the theme I would go for, but I was just trying to put them all together in a project. So this one has the strawberry, it's like a Rice Krispie treat strawberry from a magazine, but I want to make a couple of these to go in my Mayflowers journal. So we're actually going to make the bag, and we're not going to do the, I mean, you can use napkin and decoupage to the front of the bag, but I'm going to do it so we don't have to do that. And we're going to use charms instead of beads. So let's get started on that. Let's do the small size first. Let me find my piece, my template, and we'll give you the measurements. Okay, so this is my template for the small bag. So I am going to use, I'm just using a light, it's not like cardstock, it's more like paper from a scrapbook paper pad. I know a lot of them now are more like cardstock, but this one is thinner. So just like paper, because I want the bag to feel like a paper bag, not real thick, you know? So you're going to cut a rectangle that is 5 3/4 by 4 3/8. So I need 4 3/8 on this side. All right, so this is what we are going to cut into this. So we're gonna need to score this. Get my scoring. Actually, let me use my little one. This is small enough. I can use my little scoreboard. So we're going to score at 1.5 from each edge. So I can't even see where I'm at. Okay, the 1.5. There it is, right there. The light is too bright. Okay, 1.5 from each edge. So I'm going to turn this around and do 1.5 from this edge. I can't see this. They're very light lines and the light is so bright I can't see it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's 1.5 inch from each edge, and then we are going to turn it this way, and we are going to score. So this is going to be the top, and this is going to be the bottom. I'm going to score 1/4 inch, but this is pay attention here. We're only going to score in this middle section between these two score lines. So if I want to score at 1/4 inch, I think that's 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch. I'm just going to lightly bring my scoring tool down, and once I get to that score line, then I'm going to score down to the other score line. Okay, so I hope you can see this. Let me see. So you can see that score line and that score line, and then up here this score line just between those two lines. So we're not scoring here, we're not scoring here. Okay, and then we're going to go to the bottom and score 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. Okay. So now we're going to do some cutting. Okay, so you can see that there is a rectangle here that we formed from the score lines, and there's a rectangle here. This is the bottom. We're going to cut those two rectangles out, but we are going to do a little bit of an angle here. So you can see my score line is right there. I'm going to come a little to the right of that, just a little bit, and we're going to score up to the where those lines cross, or cut, I mean. And then we're going to cut just right along that score line. Okay. And do the same thing on this side. My score line is right here. I come a little bit to the left of that. Make sure I can see it. Okay. I come up to where the lines cross. And then cut along that score line. All right, and then we're going to cut off this 1/4 inch piece here in the middle. So let me find where the score line is. It's hard to see on that pink. Okay, so I'm just going to cut there and cut along the score line. I'm doing a really bad job, but that's okay. Not a big deal. I'm not cutting straight. It's gonna bug me, but we're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. All right. So now, oh, okay, yeah, it's gonna bug me. I can't. Try to give myself some positive self-talk. Not working today. Like, no, it's not going to be okay. That needs to be straight. Okay. That's a little better. And now we have our piece to make our bag. So we are going to fold these back. Along our score lines, and we're going to glue that down. All the way to the top. Okay, we're just going to glue that. A little too much glue. We're all right. Okay, now we want this to look like a paper bag, right? And not just like a little pocket we made. So I'm gonna take my pinking shears. First, I'm gonna cut a little angle here on each side of this flap. Just like that, okay? I'm gonna take my pinking shears and I'm gonna cut just a little bit off the top there, okay? And then I'm also gonna do that on this bottom flap. Okay? And then we're gonna fold this up and glue it down. And we have our paper bag. Okay? Cute, cute, cute little paper bag. Now you can decorate the front of that. You can decoupage the front if you're just using like craft paper or something. If you're using a scrap, you can just decorate the front. And then we're gonna make the little notebook to go inside. So for this one, I am going to use a bridge tally card that I got from an antique shop. So this, I made this to fit this card here. So I'm gonna use this for my cover, but if you don't have a bridge tally card, just cut a piece that is 5 inches by 3¼ inches and fold that in half. That's all you need to do for the cover. And then I'm gonna take some old note, this is like aged note paper here. And I'm going to take 5 sheets, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna cut this down probably to about, I'm gonna say 4, let's try 4 3/4 and see how that looks. And we need it to be, let's do 3 inches tall. So we're doing 4 3/4 by 3 inches. So let's see if this fits how I want it to, and then if not, we'll just adjust. So we're gonna take this and fold it in half. It might be smaller than I want. Let me see. No, that's good. That's good. Okay. So now we have our little notebook. So this is 5 sheets of note paper cut to 4 3/4 by 3 inches. So I'm gonna stick this in here and I'm gonna clip it together. And we're gonna bind it. We're gonna do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but we're gonna actually put an extra stitch in there. So it's gonna be more like a 4-hole pamphlet stitch, but you'll see what I mean. All right, so we're gonna put our hole in the middle. We're gonna put our hole about, I don't know, 1/2 inch from the bottom. And then we're gonna put a hole pretty close to the top. And then one about, probably about 1/4 inch below that one, okay? So we have one in the middle, one about 1/2 inch from the bottom, one very close to the top. This is where my note paper ends, so it's right here. And then one that is about 1/4 inch under that one, okay? So let me grab my thread that I want to use. Okay, I've got this kind of gold cord that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to take about 3 times the size of the book. I think that's way more than I need, but we'll see. And then we need a tapestry needle. Get this threaded. This is probably not the best choice for binding because this cord is pretty thick and stiff. So we'll see how it works. Okay, so when I talk about this is going to be hole 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to go from the inside to the outside in hole number 3, the middle hole. And then we're going to go in through hole number 2 to the inside of the notebook. Okay, so normally in a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, we would come back down to the bottom, but we're going to go back out through that first hole and make our extra stitch here. We're going to go back in through the second hole. Make sure you don't split your thread. And we're going to leave that stitch a little loose, okay, because we're going to put a jump ring through there for our charm. Now we're going to go back down, well, we're going to go down to the last hole hole number 4. And then we're going to go back in through hole number 3. And make sure that your tails are on either side of that center thread. Okay? I want to make sure this one, I don't want to pull this one too tight, but the other ones I want to be nice and taut. Okay, so I'm going to do a square knot, right over left and left over right. It's going to give me a thick knot there. See, I should have just used my regular thread, but of course I want to use the gold. Of course I do. Because I'm me. All right. I'm gonna unclip this. Fold that. Get it nice and flat. Okay, now we're going to put a charm through there. Get my jump rings. Ugh. All right. I think I need to go grab my jewelry pliers. I'm gonna use smaller. I want kind of just a little bit smaller ring. That ring is too big. Okay, so I'm gonna hook this jump ring through here. Let me get my pliers. I'm gonna put a, oh that one. I'm gonna put, these are not cutters, but I will just use them to hold. I don't know where my other ones are. Okay. I'm going to put a couple of these to form a chain because I want it a little bit longer. Let me see if I can just do this without... I don't know where the cats, you know what? It was the cats. The cats went up on my shelf with all my beading stuff and they knocked everything down. So now my husband helped me pick up all the, well, he actually did pick up everything. So my other pliers must have gotten lost in there somewhere. Those cats. Okay, this is the one I'm going to put the charm on. If I can find where I put my charm, because I just lose everything on my desk. I even forgot what charm I picked. Oh, I picked a key. That's what I picked. Okay, so I've got this key. I wish it was gold, but I didn't have a gold key. So we're going to go with that. Okay, so now we've got that, and we're gonna put that in our paper bag, just like that. How cute is that? And I'm going to probably embellish the front a little more. I just don't know what I want to put on there yet until I decide what page in my journal that I want to put it on. So I don't want to really embellish it yet. But that is our first one, and we're going to go ahead and do the large paper bag. I did one last night, so we're going to do that again. And I think I wrote down the measurements somewhere. Don't know if I did. But we will, okay, we're just going to measure this, okay? Oh, you know what it was? I just took the whole 12, it's a 9 by 12, I remember that. 9 by 12 sheet of paper. is what we're going with. I remember now. So this is already 12 inches across, so I am going to cut it down to 9 inches. So this is going to make our larger paper bag. Okay, so I'm going to take my larger scoring board and we're going to score 3 1/4 inches from either side. We're doing just the same thing as we did with the other one. It's just the measurements are different where we score at. So I turn it around, doing another 3 1/4 inch from the edge. So this is from the bottom. This is the, what do I want this to be? Oh, that's the top. Okay, so from the top, we're gonna score, I believe it's 3/4 of an inch. Let me just check. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch from the top. And we're not going to score that part, remember? We're gonna come down, we're gonna lightly bring our scoring tool down to where that first score line is. And then we're gonna score down to the second scoring line. And that's all we're gonna score there. And we're gonna turn it down, turn it the other way. We're gonna score from the bottom, 1 1/4 inches from the bottom. Okay. So we're gonna make the same cuts that we did on the smaller one. So we're gonna cut out this rectangle at the bottom. I'm gonna come a little bit to the right of the score line, cut diagonally up to where the score lines cross, and then cut right across the score line. Okay, same thing on the other side. I actually really like making these little paper bags. They're really cute. It's a great way to make a little goodie bag for a friend or some Happy Mail. Okay, and then we're going to cut this center rectangle out. I'm gonna cut across either side of the score line. And then right across. Okay, this time I'm gonna be careful to be straight. There we go. All right. So we're gonna turn around and we're gonna fold the sides back, crease those. And we're gonna glue that down. Gonna put a little line of glue on the edge here and on the edge here. I think it overlaps about 3/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch, something like that. So we're just gonna do that instead of putting glue over the entire section. Okay. So now we are going to take care of, this is our bottom, this is the top, okay? The shorter side is the top. I'm going to cut diagonally across this top part to make a little flap. You can use that piece to get the same measurement, but I'm just eyeballing here. And then we're going to use our pinking shears or any kind of like decorative scissor you have, and just cut right across the top. Okay, and then we're going to cut across the bottom as well. Okay, and then we're going to fold this up and glue it down. And then we're going to make a little notepad to go in there. So this one's going to be, instead of bound on the side, it's going to be bound at the top. Okay, so there is our cute little paper bag. And for this one, you can just use note paper like this and cut it down to size. But I'm going to use the note paper that are the lined journal pages that are in my Mayflowers kit. So I'm going to cut these in half and then cut it down to size here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to cut these in half, and I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I cut these down to half sheets and I put them in the order that I wanted them. It is a little too wide, so I'm going to cut off right at the edge where the lines stop, and that should fit really well in the bag. And I'll give you that measurement in case you're not using the kit, so you know what size you can cut your paper to. Okay. I do need to cut this down from the top as well. And I'll keep these decorative pieces for something else later. Okay, so that should fit nicely in there. And so let me give you the measurements for that. That is going to be about 5 inches by 7 1/4. So 7 1/4 inches by 5 inches is what you want your note paper to be cut to. So I'm going to bind this by sewing the top, okay? But if you don't sew, you could always do eyelets. You know what? Let's do eyelets just so I can do that with you if you don't sew. If you sew, you can just do a zigzag stitch across the top. So let's do the eyelets together. Let me do some measurements. Let's do 3 eyelets. So I'm going to do, it's gonna go right into our notes title, but that's okay. What am I looking for? Ruler. Okay. This is 5 inches across, so we're going to make a dot at 2.5. Okay. 2.5 inches there. And then let's see, what would be a good, I think maybe here. So that is 3/4 of an inch from either side. And I'm doing it about 1/4 of an inch down, okay? Just want to make sure those are all about 1/4 of an inch. Yep, that's good. That's good. Hey, I eyeballed that pretty good. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna clip these together. So things don't shift about. I'm gonna grab my crocodile. We're gonna make our holes. Okay, got our holes, and now we are going to grab some eyelets. I'm gonna grab gold ones. All right, so I'm gonna set these eyelets in here and I'll be back in a sec. All right, I've got this bound with eyelets and I'm going to put the charm on. I think I'm gonna use a bulb pen. We'll see how that works. I've got this little kind of fan charm. Oh, that's cute. And I'm just gonna put that right into the paper bag that we made. And again, I'll probably embellish this once I figure out what page I want it to go on. Oh, dilute that a little bit. Okay, there we go. And there we have it. Very cute. You know what? You know what? I think I want to cut this down a little bit more. Let me see. No, that's good. I got it. It was just glued down there a little bit. But yeah, look how cute. Love it. So I will embellish these once I figure out what page I want to put them on and how I want them to look. But so cute, so fun, and just like great for a little goodie bag or happy mail. But thanks for watching today, guys, and hopefully I'll be back soon. I've been really busy, really swamped, and I haven't been feeling that great. But I'm working. I'm doing it. So hopefully I'll be back in a couple days with another tutorial, and I will see you then. Have a great day, guys. Bye.